In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 5 of Peacemaker titled Monkey Dory. Now, it's a play on the word hunky dory. Now, this episode was really, really good. We find out where this amber type liquid that the butterflies drink and eat come from. So the team, along with Peacemaker, go to the factory and just find out what's happening. And they infiltrate it and they find out everything. They come in contact and they fight a gorilla. Yeah, you heard that correctly. They fight a gorilla that has a butterfly in its head. The scene is great. It's funny. It's very action-packed and interesting. But the thing that really makes that scene is when Peacemaker puts on his helmet and he activates X-ray vision. It's really good because he can see who is a butterfly and who isn't. It's really fun. This episode is also interesting because White Dragon, Peacemaker's father, actually talks to Detective Song and tells him, check the fingerprints, it's not a match, I didn't do it. So they do that and everything, but then, it's clear that he didn't do it and Detective Song has to release White Dragon from prison. But something happens. Murn has a meeting with a guy, and this guy evidently is trying to be a captain, so to speak. So Murn and this new character guy evidently keep White Dragon in prison, and it's really, really crazy of how everything just happened. Other than that, when Peacemaker shoots one of these guys at the factory, he says Charlie or something like that. That name, Charlie. We don't know who Charlie is. Maybe Charlie's the mastermind of this whole operation of what Butterfly is, but it's really interesting. This episode is in your face. It's quick. It's simple. It's maybe only about 42 to 45 minutes long. It's not that long at all. And it's still funny because Economist put Peacemaker's dad in prison, and all of a sudden, John Cena's character, Peacemaker, just starts going off and naming names from celebrities to everything. It's really funny, and the comedic aspect of this show is friggin' phenomenal. James Gunn knows what he's doing when he's writing this show, and it's great. Now, the interesting thing about this episode was the last, maybe I want to say, 15 minutes. Now, after all this whole craziness that happened at the factory, the team celebrates, and then Adebayo takes Peacemaker back to his house. She comes in for a drink, and she plants this diary at his place. Of course, if you know the story, you know what's going to happen. And then, when she goes back to the place where, the team meets, she puts on Peacemaker's helmet and says, activate X-ray mode. And it's interesting because Peacemaker forgot it there. And then she looks around, and all of a sudden she finds out that Murn is a butterfly. Murn attacks her, and that's it. That's the episode. It's interesting. We find out what the butterflies are. Kind of. We find out what this amber liquid is, what they're drinking, what they're eating, but not specifically. It just says that they're basically extraterrestrial, which is, sort of a different take on how things are done in the DC Comics. There's not much story about the White Dragon yet, but listen, hey, this first season is only 8 episodes long, so there's still a lot of story to be told, and I'm curious to see what happens in the next couple of episodes. This entire season is great so far. I love this show. It's really in your face. It's fun, and it's really funny. And it's so brutal at times as well. Not only that, while Adebayo is drinking a beer with Peacemaker, she asks if the picture is of his brother, and he says yes, it's his brother Keith. Now, my theory is this: I feel like Keith, Peacemaker's brother, is this so-called Charlie that they're talking about. I don't think the brother died in a way. He just kind of, something happened to him later on and he got revived because he became a butterfly and is leading this entire organization. I could be wrong, but that's my theory. We'll see if that's actually true. But, that's why you watch shows like this. You give theories off. And the titles of these shows are great and fun. And listen, this is HBO Max's big hit right now, and it's great. You can do anything you want. You can make it rated R, NC-17. This show is really phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. It's already on episode 5, and there's only 3 episodes left as of this review that I'm doing right now, so 8 episodes in total. Curious to see what happens, where the story goes, and it's going to be really, really fun. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 5 of Peacemaker, Monkey Dory. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Did you think it was a good segue to how everything's happening? And what do you think is going to happen to every single character? Let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked, and I'll see you guys in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week to my episode 6 review of Peacemaker.